A fabulous article by Esquire.com. Again, always credit where credit is due. This is called the Axe Murder House. The Vasilla Axe Murder House in Vasilla, Iowa is a well-known tourist attraction for ghost hunters and horror lovers alike. I have a content creator friend here who has a ghost hunters podcast, and they go and go into these places. I cannot imagine, and I'm probably going to ask her to take me purely just I don't know why, but I feel like this is something I want to understand, why would you do that? So the site of a gruesome unsolved 1912 murder. Also, I think all cool murders happened before the 1940s. Not that murders are cool, but you know what I mean. I don't know why I find a murder cooler 1940 and before, because it just feels so far away and such a weird time. I don't know. Okay. In which 6 children and 2 adults had their skulls completely crushed by an axe of an unknown perpetrator, was purchased. So the site was purchased in 1994, restored to its 1912 condition, and converted into a tourist destination. So some sicko said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy this and then, recreate the scene of the murder? Confused. It costs $428 a night to stay at the old haunted home, where visitors always report strange paranormal experiences, such as visions of a man with an axe roaming the halls or faint screams of children. You know what? It's funny because I actually read quite a few of these stories before, and reading them in my head while Joseph was next to me was a different experience than reading them out loud in a hotel room by myself in a hotel that is making noises. Okay. But still, I don't think this is going to be super bad. Okay. All right, the story continues. But in November 2014, the haunting took a darker turn. Robert Stephen Larson Jr., that's a name, 37, of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, was on a regular recreational paranormal visit. That's just a regular recreational paranormal visit, because that's what we do, when horror struck. His companions found him stabbed in the chest, an apparently self-inflicted wound, called 911, and Larson was brought to a nearby hospital before being helicoptered to Creighton University Medical Center in Omaha. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office said Larson suffered the self-inflicted injury at about 12:45 a.m., which is around the same time the 1912 axe murders in this house began. Whoa. Larson recovered from his injuries. Okay, he did not die, but has never spoken publicly about what occurred that day. For Martha Lynn, the owner of the home, the incident was very upsetting. Quote, "It's publicity, but it's not exactly the kind of publicity you desire to have. I don't want people thinking that when they come to the Vasilla Axe Murder House," it's called the Vasilla Axe Murder House, ma'am. Okay. Something's going to happen that's going to make them do something like that. The house remains open for tourist visits and overnight stays today. Honestly, it was probably good for, after, a while, it was probably good for the house. I'm so glad that he didn't die. It's that he has never spoken publicly about what occurred. How are you just not going to say anything? And the way, I guess, it's an apparently self-inflicted wound. But, nothing here says that, he had mental health issues, that he went to this house in order to do that. What scares me the most is that he wouldn't talk about it. Okay. Next, the haunted doll. Amazing. Oh, I thought this was interesting. This is not your regular haunted doll story, okay? So, when you think of haunted dolls, it's likely the creepy old Victorian-looking porcelain kind that springs to mind, none of which you probably have laying around. Still, don't get too comfortable around any kids' toys too soon, though. A Disney's Frozen Elsa doll that was gifted for Christmas in 2013 in the Houston area made headlines earlier this year when it seemingly became haunted. The doll recited phrases from the movie Frozen and sang "Let It Go" when a button on its necklace was pressed. We all know the doll. For 2 years, it did that in English, Mother Emily Madonia said, and in 2015, it started doing it alternating between Spanish and English, okay? She's multilingual, love it. There wasn't a button that changed these, it was just random. The family has owned the doll for more than 6 years and never changed its batteries. The mother says the doll would randomly begin to speak and sing even when its switch turned off. The family decided to throw the creepy doll out in December of 2019. Weeks later, they found it inside a bench in their living room. The kids insisted they didn't put it there, and I believed them because they wouldn't have dug through the garbage outside, Madonia told KPRC2 Houston News. At that point, Elsa ceased to sing the English rendition of Let It Go altogether, speaking only Spanish when pressed. She said, "I'm done with English. I'm out of here. I'm a Spanish queen." The family then double-bagged the bizarre doll and placed it at the bottom of their garbage, which was taken out on garbage day. They went on a trip shortly after, but when they returned, Elsa too had come back and was waiting in the backyard of their home. I'm going to, if you're watching, I'm definitely going to continue to look at the door throughout this entire experience. This time, the family mailed Elsa to a family friend in Minnesota who taped the haunted doll to the front bumper of his truck. It doesn't seem to have made its way back to Houston yet, as per Madonia's latest February Facebook update on the creepy doll. This has to be a prank. This has to be a prank. This is a long prank. It's the showing up after being taken out by the trash people on garbage day for me. But I'm thinking the only people that would be able to prank or pull this off would be the kids, unless it's the husband. This has to be a prank. But 100%, as soon as that doll showed up for the garbage day thing, I would have smashed it. That doll would have been destroyed. I would not. Now she's living her best life on the front of a truck. Love. All right. Next one. In August, this is called A Deadly Exorcism. In August of 2016, in North London, 26-year-old Kennedy Ife, I remember reading this, I was like, Ife? Is that a name? Okay, began acting strange and aggressive following a pain in his throat. He reportedly bit his father, threatened to cut off his own penis, and complained of a python or snake inside of him before his family restrained him to a bed with cable ties and excessive force. This is back in 2016. I feel like 2016 we're a little bit past the age of restraining people. That feels very medieval. That feels like you're a witch behavior. Okay. As the BBC reported, the family then set about attempting to, quote, cure Kennedy through restraint and prayer over the next 3 days, the court was told. His brother, Colin Ife, told police, "It's clear that thing was in him, but what we believed was a demon because it was not natural. It was clearly trying to kill him," he said. "We had to restrain him for himself. It was clear if we didn't restrain him, he could have tried to harm people in our family." Possessed? ? Kenny Ife had been bound to his bed for 3 days without medical attention when his brother called emergency services. Why did the brother call emergency services? Okay, wait. So this man was 26 years old. Okay, how old was the brother? Oh, okay. Where are the parents? What the heck? Explaining that Kennedy Ife was complaining of dehydration. He appeared to have developed breathing issues and was pronounced dead at 10:17 a.m. As the Independent reported, on the same day? While police were at the house, Colin Ife allegedly carried out an attempted resurrection by chanting and praying for Ife. While the police were at the house, this man tried to do a resurrection? Who are these people? All 7 of Ife's family members were accused of manslaughter, false imprisonment, and causing or allowing the death of a vulnerable adult. A post-mortem examination revealed over 60 wounds, including a possible bite on Kennedy Ife's body, and his father, Kenneth Ife, along with his 4 brothers, sustained injuries as well. Who bit him? Why is there so much biting? The BBC reported Kenneth Ife told jurors Kenneth, so the father, he ordered his sons to take shift and use overwhelming force, but denied that an association with cults, occults, and secret societies played any part of the death. Doubt. Press X to doubt. After a 4-day jury deliberation, all 7 family members were cleared of charges on March 14th, 2019. That's the end of the story. Cleared of charges. They told you what they did. I hope you can't hear the sirens. Apologies. Oh, fire truck going by. I don't understand. They did that. Wait, were cleared of all charges on March 14th, 2019. And this happened in 2016. Does that mean they all went to jail? And then they were cleared? I need more details here. 60 wounds. Do you not, like, how do you not take this guy to the doctor? Like, this sounds like some, like, schizophrenia things. This sounds like something that could have easily be prevented. I do not think these people should be walking. They are unwell. All right. Next, this is called Dead Animals in the Walls. So this family is called the Bretzuius family. Every time I see that word, I'm going to call it Brett, just to let you know. When the Brett family decided to insulate their home in Auburn, Pennsylvania in 2015, they discovered that it had already been, with scores of dead animal carcasses. As Fox reported, the dead animals were wrapped in newspapers from the 1930s and 40s. Hello, 1930s and 40s again. Them people were wildin', I'm telling you. And were among half-used spices and other items. After removing the items, they sent hundreds of artifacts and carcasses to an expert in Kutztown. The expert attributed the rotting animals in their walls to powwow, or Dutch magic, a ritual originating in the culture of the Pennsylvania Dutch to treat ailments and gain physical and spiritual protection. You put dead animals in your walls for protection? Interesting. The Pennsylvania Dutch were a group of German-speaking settlers to Pennsylvania in the 1600s and 1700s and are often of Lutheran, Mennonite, and Amish faiths. The Washington Post notes on the magic. Many of the spells deal with the care of livestock, finding water, or treatment of minor ailments, reflecting the conditions and concerns of early American settlers. But powwow also has within it a tradition of darker spells and even of such things as conjuring demons. We should go talk to Kennedy. One notable ritual in their tradition is this hex to create loyalty in a dog. To attach a dog to a person, provided nothing else was used before to affect it, try to draw some of your blood and then let the dog eat it along with his food, and he will stay with you. Pretty sure the dog is loyal because you fed him. Did we think of that? Did that run through the noggin? The mold found on the rotting carcasses in the Brett home has caused illness among the family members, and they say that the odor hasn't gone away. Disgusting. Check the door to make sure there are no demons. Nope. No. Wait, is this a YouTube video about a teacher? Oh my god, this is a YouTube video about this next one. So this is called Florida Devil Worshipping. And the headline of the YouTube video is Teacher Accused of Drawing Teens into Ritual. Not the fun bar. A not fun ritual. Okay, friends noticed that, so this is the next story. Friends noticed that Danielle Harkins, a 35-year-old school teacher near St. Petersburg, Florida, started acting strangely in June of 2012, developing an interest in demonic rituals. Soon after, she was arrested for abuse of 7 of her former students, as the Tampa Bay Times reported. Danielle Harkins told the kids they needed to rid their bodies of demons. What is up with that? What's up with the demon-ridden things? Sometimes you're hangry. What is going on with the eat a Twix? Rid their bodies of demons as the group gathered before dusk Saturday around a small fire near the St. Petersburg Pier. Okay, question number 100. Why are you with your students on a Saturday, like around a fire? Question, she said, they should cut their skin and let the evil spirits out, police said she told the children. Then they needed to burn the wounds to ensure that those spirits would not return. They didn't say what age she taught? No. No. When Harkins held a lighter to one teen's hand, wind blew the flame out, police said. That prompted her to douse his hand in perfume before setting it on fire. The boy suffered second-degree burns. How old was this? Oh, it was a teen, okay. Oh my god. Another teen was cut on the neck with a broken bottle, police said. Harkins used a flame to heat a small key, which she then used to cauterize the wound. I hope this person is so deep in jail. The police were notified because a friend of one of the students who participated in the ritual raised alarms. So this is after. Like, they had already left the ritual. This is like nobody caught. Okay. However, none of the students themselves told their parents about the event and would comment following the arrest of Harkins for aggravated battery and child abuse. Investigators said they've spoken to Harkins, but she didn't spell out what type of religion would require such drastic measures. She hasn't informed us exactly what she was trying to accomplish with this. Poets of the state St. Petersburg Police Department said. Oh my gosh, I hope this person is rotting in jail. Wait, I need to watch this video.
County is facing child abuse charges tonight after police say she encouraged her students to cut each other. It was all part of a bizarre cleansing ritual. Fox 13 Steph DiPietrantonio is here now to tell us more about what was going on. Steph?
Hey there, Kelly. Danielle Harkins is in jail tonight, accused of some pretty horrific things. St. Pete police say she convinced a group of 7 former students of hers to cut their skin to let the evil spirits out, and then burn the wounds so the spirits couldn't get back into their bodies. The parents of the 7 victims, 6 boys and 1 girl, might call Danielle Harkins the face of evil. Saturday, St. Pete police say she gathered the kids in a park near the pier, built a small fire.
There was apparently some chanting and dancing around this fire that was taking place.
And then police say she encouraged them to cut each other in some sort of demonic ritual to release the evil spirits from their bodies.
They would follow that up with some sort of cauterization of the wound to keep the evil spirits from getting back into the body.
This closing of the wound was done by heating a small key. Harkins is also accused of using perfume to fuel the so-called branding of a 16-year-old boy.
They placed like a cologne or perfume on his hand and then ignited that.
Police say they're having a tough time with the interviews.
The kids that participated in this were rather loyal to her. There was a lot of reluctance in discussing some of these issues with us.
Danielle Harkins.
Harkins is charged with 1 count of child abuse, 1 count aggravated battery. You might wonder, how could this story get any creepier? But police believe there's more we don't know yet. I rang Harkins' doorbell, but no one answered. Harkins' neighbors didn't want to go on camera. They said there's not much to say. They didn't know much about her. They said she kept to herself, had 2 small children, but was struggling going through a messy divorce.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
I'm so sorry. She has children? What?
The kids are former students of Harkins at the Leoman and Asian Neighborhood Family Center. Director Carolyn Chance showed me where Harkins worked the last 5 years.
She was a very good teacher, literacy specialist. Just recently, she started exploring religion, but I didn't know anything about demons or anything like that.
You've been in the business almost 50 years.
A long time.
You know how to read people.
I never saw this coming. Never.
Harkins is in jail on $55,000 bail. Now, we're told her 2 small children are staying with her ex-husband.
What religion were you exploring? What? Absolutely not. Also, I don't really, can somebody explain to me 1 count of child abuse, 1 count of, I can't remember what the other one was. Does 1 count mean 1 person? There were definitely 6 there. What does that mean? Absolutely not. Okay. This is where I haven't read these, like, moving forward. So we're going to read them together. This is called The Death of Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam was last seen on January 31st, 2013 in the lobby of Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. She was, check the door. Here we go. She was vacationing through the West Coast, documenting the trip on her blog and checking in with her parents every day. On January 31, those calls stopped. Lam had vanished. Soon the police were involved and her parents arrived to help with the search. They had nothing. That February, LAPD released elevator surveillance footage of Lam before her disappearance. The footage, I'm checking the door again. Help? Okay. The footage shows Lam behaving strangely in the elevator, appearing to talk with invisible people, peering around the corner of the door, crouching in the corner, and opening and closing the door. But what exactly is going on in this video raises more questions than answers. Theories range from psychotic episodes to demonic possession. Why are there so many demons? To unknown assailants just out of the camera's view. I'm gonna watch this video. She's acting weird. Yeah, she, like, poked her head out of the elevator, and then, like, she's clearly, like, trying to like, see something, and then she'll, like, run back in the elevator and, like, hide in the corner. What are you doing? She's, like, in and out of the elevator. Oh, that's so weird. Okay. Around that time, hotel guests started reporting weird things happening with the Cecil Hotel water supply. As CNN reports, the shower was awful, said Sabina Baugh, who spent 8 days there during the investigation. When you turned the tap on, the water was coming black first for 2 seconds, and then it was going back to normal. The tap water tasted horrible, Baugh said. It had a very funny, sweetie, disgusting taste. It was a very strange taste. I can barely describe it. Nasty. Door check. This one, for whatever reason, I think it's because it's in hotels. But for a week they never complained. We never thought anything of it. We thought it was just the way it was here. I would go to a different hotel if it was coming out black, I'm not gonna lie. On the morning of February 19th, a hotel employee climbed to the roof and used a ladder to investigate the hotel's water storage tanks, okay? That's where authorities found the decomposing naked body of Lam, whose personal items were found nearby. After an autopsy, her death was labeled accidental. NBC Los Angeles reported at the time about the strange circumstances in the hotel's past. The tank has a metal latch that can be opened, but authorities said access to the roof is secured with an alarm and lock. The single-room occupancy hotel has an unusual history. Night stalker Ritual Ramirez, who was found guilty of 14 slayings in the 1980s, lived on the 14th floor for several months in 1985. Door check. Fuck this. And international serial killer Jack Unterweger is suspected of murdering 3 prostitutes during the time that he lived here in 1991. He killed himself in jail in 1994. In 1962, a female occupant jumped out of the hotel's windows, killing herself and a pedestrian on whom she Hold on, this woman jumped out of the hotel windows, killed herself, and she landed on somebody and that killed that person? What? In February 2021, a Netflix doc called Crime Scene, The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel explored Elisa's tragic case in the history of the cursed Cecil, I still don't know, hotel. Let's never go to this place. Let's never visit this hotel again. That is so many things. Do you believe in, like, cursed? I don't even know if cursed would be the right, but, like, clearly there's a lot going on here. Do you believe places can be cursed or, like, I definitely, like, believe in, like, bad energy. As far as, like, the paranormal things, like, I've never really had experience with a Ouija board. That sounds a little bit gimmicky to me, but, like, I believe in mediums. I think a lot are fake, but I definitely think that we have, like, connections to the dead, or some might have a little bit more of, like, sensitivity to that. I could understand, like, bad energy sort of thing. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't go. I believe it enough to not fucking go or stay here ever. Okay. Next one. How many do we have left? 1, 2, 3. We've got several. We'll just keep going. Okay. An exorcism in Indianapolis. Sounds like a novel. Last year, the Indianapolis Star published a lengthy report on a family terrorized by 3 children allegedly possessed by demons. That's called the Terrible Twos. The account of Latoya Amons and her family tells disturbing stories of children climbing the walls, getting thrown across rooms, and children threatening doctors in deep, unnatural voices. Door check. Okay. It would seem like something straight out of a movie, a work of fantasy, except all of these accounts were more or less corroborated with nearly 800 pages of official reports obtained by the Indianapolis Star and recounted in more than a dozen interviews with police, DCS personnel, psychologists, family members, and a Catholic priest. Well, as long as you have the Catholic priest. One of the more chilling sections of the report includes a segment about the possessed 9-year-old. According to Washington's original DCS report, an account corroborated by Walker, the nurse, the 9-year-old had a weird, quote, weird grin and walked backward up a wall to the ceiling. He then flipped over Campbell, landing on his feet. He never let go of his grandmother's hand. Honestly, I kind of need an animation of that. Another segment of the piece reads, the 12-year-old would later tell mental health professionals that she sometimes felt as if she were being choked and held down so she couldn't speak or move. She said she heard a voice say she'd never see her family again and wouldn't live another 20 minutes. Oh, and that's the end of the story. That's where they decided. That's where they decided to stop for that one. As the mom, I'd be like, yeah, really, we got some winners over here. What the fuck? Okay, Utah murder-suicide. Okay. In Sumter, help. In September of 2024, also, I thought these were gonna, I guess, like, again, I read these to see, like, what the range of scary would be. To me, these are a little bit scary, but, like, when I was reading them by myself, in my mind, silently, again, with Joseph next to me, my radar, or my, range was a little bit different being alone. So I hope that everybody's okay. Just fun check. This is our fun check. This is the Friends episode, like, before you go to bed so that you're not as scary type of thing. How is everybody doing? Think about what's your favorite makeup product right now. What do you like? What's your go-to, like, food right now? Do you have a favorite food or something that you've been craving?